You think you make your financial decisions, but you don't. You're just following a belief system someone else slipped into your head before you were old enough to question it. And the wild part? You still think those beliefs are your personality. Stickman, wake up. You're about to see the operating system running your entire life. The real trap isn't money, it's the belief system you never chose. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. The identity you think you chose but didn't. Most people walk around thinking, I'm just being myself. But here's the kicker. You're not. Not really. Every habit you defend, every financial move you own, is quietly sabotaging your wealth psychology. You don't act from a true identity, you act from inherited wiring. Think about it. You copy the financial behaviors you grew up around. Not because they work, not because they're rational, but because they feel familiar. Comfort masquerading as personality. Every choice you make reinforces patterns that were programmed into you long before you knew what money, status, or freedom meant. And here's the subtle trap. Most people think this is the real problem, but this isn't even the real trap. 2. The belief loop you don't notice. People assume beliefs shape behavior, but the truth? Behavior shapes beliefs, and the brain silently reinforces itself. Stickman grabs something on impulse, acts without thought, then the brain quietly labels it normal, cementing it into identity. What feels natural isn't always chosen, it's installed. That loop decides how you evaluate risk, measure success, and define what's reasonable. And because it's invisible, most people never notice the exact moment the loop takes over. You think you're making conscious decisions, but the loop has already rewritten the rules. 3. The status script you're quietly performing. I'm independent. I make my own choices. Society quietly scripts your choices for you. Job, lifestyle, when to upgrade, what progress looks like. You're not chasing goals. You're chasing approval. Every choice becomes a performance for parents, co-workers, neighbors, strangers. You're not chasing money. You're chasing permission. Here's the eccentric twist you didn't see coming. You think you're climbing a ladder, but you never noticed it's bolted to someone else's wall. 4. The hidden fear that dictates your ceiling. People swear they're being realistic. Realistic is just code for, I don't want to feel exposed. Fear of embarrassment quietly sets your financial ceiling. Not fear of failure, fear of judgment. Your life shrinks to avoid psychological discomfort. Your fear of embarrassment is more expensive than anything you've ever bought. Your potential isn't blocked by obstacles, it's blocked by the imaginary audience in your head. But wait, this isn't the real belief system running you. The beliefs aren't yours, they're installed. Here's the twist. You didn't develop your belief system. You inherited it, like psychological hand-me-downs. The behaviors you think are logical, they're emotional reflexes you absorbed before you knew what money was. Now let's talk about the parts you never question. 5. The stories you defend without ever inspecting them. My story's true. You protect narratives that limit you because they feel safe. Internal stories keep you loyal to the past version of yourself. Stories like, I'm not that kind of person. I don't do things like that. That's not realistic for people like us. Those are psychological cages with nice paint. The story you defend is the prison you live in. Here's the part no one likes to hear. 6. The comfort reflex that destroys optionality. People think comfort equals safety, but comfort is a trap. It stops growth, guarantees stagnation, and quietly locks your wealth psychology into place. Your brain chooses the familiar over the beneficial every time. If your life feels predictable, it's not discipline, it's autopilot. Comfort rewires your belief system to avoid anything that might expand you. It disguises risk as stability. It whispers, stay here, don't push, don't experiment. And here's the thing, the real danger isn't the comfort itself. It's what happens next when you assume you're safe, while every opportunity you might have had quietly slips past. 7. The invisible ceiling. You don't even know you hit. Most people believe they've reached their limit. They stop pushing long before they ever approach their actual threshold. The truth? Your ceiling isn't practical, it's psychological. Your brain doesn't stop you at your capability. It stops you at your discomfort. Every risk you avoid, every challenge you sidestep, is the autopilot of fear telling you, enough, this is too far. Stickman walks forward, hits an invisible wall labeled, this is as far as people like you go. The wall isn't real. It's a projection of habit loops, social conditioning, and internalized limits. Yet you treat it like law. Every decision, every safe choice, every hesitation reinforces it. And that is the belief system quietly deciding everything, long before you think you've made a choice. You think your beliefs guide you, but the truth is simpler. Your beliefs contain you. Identity, habit, fear, comfort, approval. They form the invisible system shaping every financial decision long before you make it. You don't feel the limits because you grew up inside them. At the end of the day, this isn't really about cars, payments, or interest rates. It's about who you become when you stop financing your life away. When you reject the monthly payment mindset, you take back control of your time, your energy, and your trajectory. Wealth isn't built by making normal decisions. It's built by making decisions that feel uncomfortable now, but buy you freedom later. So before you sign, swipe, or upgrade anything, ask yourself one question: is this helping the future me or trapping the current me? Because the people who build real wealth, they choose freedom even when it's inconvenient. And you're capable of doing the exact same thing. So let me ask you, which belief do you think was installed in you, and which one no longer deserves to run your life? Drop it in the comments. I'm curious which part of your belief system finally showed itself. Stickman out.